Luther for Life here, bringing guys a brand new video. This time around we are talking about the VJUMP leaks for Coda the Duelist, the first set in the Vrains era. And honestly, a set that I'm really quite looking forward to, mostly because I'm really curious about like what kind of decks we're going to get out of it and everything, out of this new era of Yu-Gi-Oh! And like just the new strategies that this new typing Cyverse is going to introduce. And I've got to say, okay, so first and foremost, I've looked through all this already, like whenever I first woke up, and I am really hyped for Coda the Duelist. I'm gonna be honest; it's looking to be a really good set. It's revitalizing an old archetype, and it's adding in a whole bunch of new stuff, and I can't wait. So first and foremost, let's talk about the poster child for Vrains era, Firewall Dragon. I almost called him Cyverse Dragon, and this is actually the first time I've actually gotten a good look at this thing. I haven't blown up the image before. Holy crap, I love this design. It kind of looks like a mechanized Stardust. Like, am I the only one who's saying that? Like, it kind of looks like a mechanized Stardust dragon. Like a Stardust, like, at a robot evil twin or something like that. I don't know. This thing looks cool, and I love it. Firewall Dragon, Light Cyverse Link effect, Link 4, 2500 attack, top, left, right, bottom. So you're probably going to want him in the Monster Zone more than you do in the, I almost called it the Link Monster Zone, the extra Monster Zone, and that's probably because you're probably going to go for like Deco Talker first and then summon this guy, which is really cool. So monsters minimum of 2. I guess he's generic in that you just need at least 2 monsters to go into, like just monsters in general, which is really interesting. Of course, obviously he's a Link 4, so you're probably going to need to use like 4 monsters most of the time, that or go up through, you know, the Link's things, you know, like go into like Deco Talker and use another monster. But still, really interesting summoning condition in that he is super generic, and you can splash him into just about every deck out there. So while this card is face up on the field, during either player's turn, you can target any number of monsters on the field and or in the graveyards up to the number of monsters in a mutual link with this card. Return them to the hand. So notice how it said mutual link. Mutual link, I wonder if that's referring to when you have a link monster pointing to another link monster, and that monster has its link things pointing somewhere else. I don't know. They're still like, they got to clarify some more terminology. But however, for now, I'm gonna just go off that meaning that, oh hey, whoever he's linked to, thanks to his link counters. So really awesome effect. Okay, so you can target any number of monsters on the field and or in the graveyard up to the number of monsters in a link with him. Return them to the hand. So you can return your, I don't know, Skullcrobat Joker in your graveyard to your hand. You can return your opponent's Beals. You can return all of your opponent's monsters, up to like 4 of them. That is awesome and really scary. I love it. This is just going off of this first effect is really cool for you know, an ace monster. You know, like, you know, he had Odd Eyes with his double battle damage and his searching capabilities. You had Utopia with his pure defensive abilities, which wasn't really all that great. And then you had Stardust, who was also defensive but did it better. And then, you know, then you had Neos, who was just all about fusion, and Dark Magician was just kind of there. So honestly, I think that this is like a contender for best Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime boss monster for a protagonist, because this thing is really cool. It can just completely eradicate your opponent's board, or get you back stuff from your graveyard, or let you reuse monster effects on your field. I really like this card. It's awesome. And I haven't even finished reading its effect. If a monster linked by this card is destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard, you can spell summon a monster from your hand. And that's not once per turn. So, oh hey, you destroyed my, I don't know, baby dragon that was attached to this. I could spell summon Dark Magician Girl from my hand. Obviously, that's like super unrealistic, but you know, like just an example. Like, I guess more realistically, oh hey, you destroyed my Skullcrobat, spell summon Odd Eyes from hand. You know, stuff like that. So really awesome. I like this card a lot. It's going to be... I can't wait to play this card. I can't wait to get this card. I can't wait to play around with the Cyverse typing. And honestly, I just want August to get around here super quick. Although, actually, no, wait. wait, okay, I want to play Sark Magicians for a little bit first. I just really, I get super excited whenever I see really cool new cards. So next up is Salvagent Driver. That for some reason this name is like screwing me over. I thought he was like a mechanized dinosaur or something, but no, it's literally a guy riding a tricycle. Or is that just a motorbike? I can't tell. It kind of looks like there's a third wheel back there, but oh well. So level 6 Light Cyverse effect, 2200 attack, 2100 defense. You can only use each of this card's name's effects once per turn. If a Cyverse type Link monster you control is destroyed by your opponent, either at battle or effect, while this card is in your hand or graveyard, spell summon this card. Really good right there. You can discard one spell card, then target one Cyverse type monster in your graveyard. Special summon it, sorry. But it cannot attack directly this turn. This is one of the things that I'm really liking about the Cyverse type so far, is that they have a lot of monster recursion. You know, we have a Cyverse Gadget, we have the goat thing from the starter deck, and then we also have this guy, and I feel like there's something else I'm missing. But they have a lot of easy recursion for monsters from the graveyard, which is obviously made so that you can easily go for their Link monsters, you know? Like, you can go into Link Spider, then go into Honeybot or Decode Talker, and, you know, make this guy. Like, it's really, really interesting in how they work, and I'm really can't wait to play around with this. Now, if only YGO Pro would update with, you know, like, the new roles and stuff, that'd be nice. But still, really cool card overall. I really like this thing. Just being able to ditch a spell card that you don't need anymore, get a Cyverse in your graveyard. And look at this! It doesn't even specify that it has to be, like, a particular Cyverse. You can bring back your dead Firewall Dragon. You can bring back your Decode Talker. You can bring back any of your Cyverse monsters. It doesn't have to be a non-Link monster. That's awesome. And all you're doing is freaking getting rid of your spell card, and you're bringing out your Firewall Dragon with 2500 attack and can use its effect a second time. I can't wait for this stuff. It's awesome. Okay, next up is Launcher Commander, Earth Cyverse effect. Level 4, 1700 attack, 1200 defense. All other Cyverse monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense. Really nice. That puts your Firewall Dragon at 28. Really helpful. Once per turn, you contribute a Cyverse monster, and then target a face-up monster your opponent controls to destroy it. Pretty cool. Here's a card that I just do not understand. So, 3 Strike Barrier. Trap normal. While your opponent controls attack with 3 cards, you can activate one of these effects. You don't get all of them, you get one. For the rest of the turn, monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. Okay, so it's Waboku. For the rest of this turn, you take no battle damage. Okay, so it's Waboku. For the rest of the turn, when a monster you control inflicts battle damage to your opponent, gain life points equal to the damage inflicted. So it's... I actually can't think of anything that like does that too. So the first 2 effects are basically just Waboku, but you only get one or the other. You don't get both. The only reason why I could possibly see somebody playing this card is for the 3rd effect, so that you can then gain life points. But even then, your opponent has to have attack with 3 cards. And it's not you have to have attack with 3 cards, your opponent has to have attack with 3 cards. So, honestly, this card is incredibly meh. It just is. It's not good. Like, if you want to use these 2, like, effects, just go with Waboku. It does the same thing, but you get both. You don't get one or the other. And then, like, the 3rd effect is really nice. Don't get me wrong. We need more ways to get life points back in Yu-Gi-Oh! But the 3rd effect is just not that great. For the activation circumstances. And then there are 2 new archetypes being 2 more other archetypes being introduced in this set, which kind of honestly remind me a lot of like Super Heavy Samurais and Melodious, except they're like the exact opposite playstyles of those decks. So Goki, the Great Ogre. So one of the new archetypes is Gokis, and this is their boss monster. As so far, they might get more later on. Link 3, 2600 attack, and then all of its links point to the bottom, and you get all 3. So summoning this guy gets you 3 open spaces for opening up your extra deck. That is really good. I didn't expect us to actually get a monster like this so soon. Now then, so he's a Link 3, so you need at least 3 monsters going to him initially. 2600 attack, obviously no defense, he's a Link monster. Goki monsters minimum 2. So you must use Goki monsters, so monsters in his own archetype. So he is archetype specific, which kind of honestly makes this 3 thing a little bit more bearable whenever it comes to, you know, brokenness. Because I can guarantee you that the instant they make a Link monster that's generic, like as generic as Firewall Dragon, and opens up 3 spots like that, it's going to be a staple in like every deck, unless it has like some stupid restriction on it or something. So all monsters on the field lose attack equal to their original defense, which can be really, really scary. If this card would be destroyed by battle or card effects, you can destroy one of this card's linked monsters instead. So your opponent basically can't touch this thing until they get rid of your other monsters. Well, granted, they can get rid of it through non-destruction ways, but still, that is really, really good. And can be really, really obnoxious to get rid of, because if your opponent doesn't have like a Castel or 101, or they don't want to use up their one monster, extra monster space to get rid of this thing, and they're going to have to kill it by battle or card effect, and he can save himself. And also, he makes it really hard to get killed in battle, because all of your opponent's monsters, except for their link monsters, lose attack and defense. they lose attack equal to their defense. That's awesome. I like that. And in this deck, of course, we get 3 monsters announced. No, 2 monsters, along with Goki, the Great Ogre. I really hope that we get more than just these 3 monsters. I remember when Super Heavy Samurais first came out, we only got 4 monsters for the deck. And that was not good. And wait, was it 4? Was it 3? I think it was 3. Yeah, I think it was 3. Yeah, because it was 3. And and I really hope that they don't do that again, because that was stupid. So first and foremost, we have Goki, Twist Cobra, Earth Warrior, level 3, 1600 attack, 0 defense. You're going to use each of this card's name's effects once per turn. During each player's turn, you contribute 1 Goki monster, then target 1 Goki monster you control. That monster gains attack equal to the attributed monster's original attack until the end of this turn. So he's kind of like a walking honest, which is really, really nice. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Goki card from your deck to your hand, except himself. So he can search out spells, traps, monsters, anything except another copy of himself. Really, really awesome. Also, something you'll notice about this deck, and I hope to keep this like going on, is that they all have 0 defense because they're boss monster, and that's awesome. I like that. It's synergy. Sometimes decks don't do that. Goki Suplex, Earth Warrior effect. Level 4, 1800 attack, 0 defense. You don't use this card's name's second effect once per turn. Yep. When this card is normal summoned, you can spell summon 1 Goki monster from your hand. Really awesome. I hope that they get another way to easily summon out another dude, because, you know, their guy needs 3 monsters to go into. And, oh yeah, they're all warriors too, so reinforcements of the army, go. Level 4, 1800 attack, already covered that. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Goki card from your deck to your hand, except himself. I kind of hope that all the monsters have this effect, where they search out more Goki cards. It'll be interesting to see what kind of spells and traps they get, also what kind of monsters they get, because of the whole, oh hey, 0 defense, bunch of attack power, and searching stuff every time that they are sent to the graveyard from the field. So it'll be interesting to see what they get. And then we got another new archetype, the Tricksters, and let's take a look at this. I swear, whenever I first saw these, I thought that it was like a Madoka Magica deck, and it probably is, like, to be fair. And then because we didn't take a look at them, let's take a look at Goki. Great Ogre. I freaking love this card art, by the way. It's awesome. It reminds me a lot of, crap, which one is it? No, like, not the werewolf ritual monster, but the ritual monster. It kind of looks like a werewolf, but it's not a werewolf. And it kind of like has its arm up in this way, and it's like same color scheme and everything. Can't think of what it's called off the top of my name. And its name kind of is like Ganondorf. Also, I really like this artwork too. It's gonna be waifu material, I guarantee you. Okay, so Trickster, Holy Angel, Light Fairy, Link effect, Link 2, 2000 attack, bottom left, bottom right. 2 Trickster monsters to go into. Each time a Trickster monster is normal or spell summoned into this card's Link Zone, inflict 200 damage to your opponent. So you can do like up to, you can do 400 damage just by itself without having to like do anything to get rid of monsters in your Link Zones. A Trickster monster linked by this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. I had to like reread where I was. So it protects your other Tricksters, which is awesome. And when your opponent takes damage from a Trickster monster's effect, this card gains 200 attack. Attack equal to that amount of damage until the end of this turn. Really, really awesome. I like that. This deck is basically a burn deck, but it's all with monsters and stuff. Most burn decks aren't. And then, see, I swear it looks like Madoka Magica, but I guess it's more like supposed to be performers, which is still interesting. So, the next one we know of, and we only know of one monster in the main deck, and then they have a field spell. So, Trickster Candina, Light Fairy effect, 1800 attack, 400 defense, and it's level 4. When this card is normal summon, you can add one Trickster card from your deck to your hand. I like that. It lets you search out the entire archetype, not just monsters, but you can grab spells and traps. And it has the exact same stat line as freaking Stratos. Each time your opponent activates a spell or trap card, inflict 200 damage to your opponent. And that can build up super fast. Like, I remember when Red Ice Fire Metal was released, and everyone was like, oh, it's only 500 damage. That tiny bit of damage can build up incredibly fast. Not to mention, if you have this thing out, along with Holy Angel, you're taking 200 damage every time you activate a spell and trap. And then you're also making Holy Angel stronger, which is really good. And then also, of course, Candina can't be killed in battle because Holy Angel would be protecting her. So that is really, really good, and I can't wait to see what more we're going to get from this archetype. I really like this. So then, of course, the field spell, Trickster Light Stage. And going off of the field spell, I would say there's going to be at least 2 other monsters in this set, and we are probably going to get more as well, because there's Holy Angel, there's Candina, and then there's these 2. This kind of looks like May from Pokemon. So, Trickster Light Stage. When this card is activated, you can add a Trickster monster from your deck to your hand. So, normal summon effect, add this, activate this, search out another Trickster. That is stupid, being able to just search out so much. Once per turn, you can target one set card in your opponent's spell and trap card zones. While this card is in the field zone, that card cannot be activated until the end phase. And during the end phase, your opponent chooses to, wait for it, either activate it or send it to the graveyard. So, once per turn, you can just target any set card in your opponent's spell and trap card zone. They can't use it for the rest of the turn. And then during the end phase, your opponent must either activate it right then and there or send it to the graveyard. So either way, they're losing it or using it when they don't want to. That is mean and makes no sense for the rest of the archetype, but still, I like that. It's mean, and it's awesome, and it's trickstery, I guess is the right word. And then, for the third effect, each time a Trickster monster you control inflicts damage to your opponent, inflict 200 damage to your opponent. So this card adds another 200 to every damage. Now, granted, that won't make it so that Holy Angel gains any more attack, because she only gets it from monster effects. But, however, that still makes Candina's damage now 400. And that is very, very close to Red Ice Hard Metal, and that can do a crap ton of damage super, super fast. I really, really, really like this card. It's awesome. I can't wait for the rest of the archetype. I want to see how it plays and how it can easily summon Trickster. Okay, and then we got, let's just go ahead and clear out all these. Then we got the new Lightsworn stuff, and I think they've unveiled almost everything for the deck. So first up is the spell card Twilight Twin Dragons, which can I just say I freaking love the artwork. Because you got Judgment Dragon and Punishment Dragon, and then you got the Realm of the Light, which is the field spell for Lightsworns, if you guys don't know. Which I really hope that we get to see a retrain of in this set, because we're seeing retrains of everything else, which would be really, really nice. So it's a normal spell. If you control Punishment Dragon, target one Judgment Dragon in your graveyard, add it to your hand, and send the top 4 cards of your deck to the graveyard. That's really awesome. If this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard by the effect of a Lightsworn monster, you can target one Punishment Dragon in your graveyard, add it to your hand, then banish the top 4 cards. So if you activate it, you get back Judgment Dragon, and then you mill off 4 cards. And then if it's milled, you get back Punishment Dragon, and then you banish the top 4 cards. So either way, you're kind of going for the facilitation of summoning these 2, which is really, really awesome. I really like this. It's very, very powerful. Well, not very, very powerful, but it's really, really good, and I really like that. It's awesome. And honestly, all this new Lightsworn stuff is just awesome. I can't wait to try out Twilightsworns. It's going to be very interesting. Next up is Twilight Eraser. Trap normal. If you can control 2 or more Lightsworn monsters with the same type but different names, banish 2 Lightsworn monsters from your graveyard, then target 2 cards on the field, banish them. That is really, really scary. If this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard by the effect of a Lightsworn monster, you can special summon a Lightsworn monster from your hand. So hey, if it gets milled off like either at end phase or at another time, you get to just simply you get to special summon a Lightsworn and, you know, get some field presence. Really, really good card, and again, I love the artwork of this. I'm gonna like say that about all these. It's awesome. And then we got the new monsters. Raikou, Twilightsworn Fighter, Dark Beast effect, level 2, 200 attack, 100 defense. If this card is normal summon or foot face up, you can banish one Lightsworn monster from your hand or graveyard, then target one card your opponent controls, banish it. Once per turn, if another Lightsworn monster activates its effect, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So, pretty good overall, I like it. Just flip them, just set them, but don't forget foot face up, banish the Lightsworn, banish the card your opponent controls. Very, very mean. I mean, Raikou's always annoying, but this is even better. Next up, we got Lila, Twilightsworn Magus. I swear she looks like she's trying to be a witch. Just a hat, that's the thing. Just a hat. Dark Spellcaster effect, level 4, 1700 attack, 200 defense. Once per turn, when the spell or trap card effect is activated, you can banish a Lightsworn monster from your hand or graveyard, then target a face-up spell or trap card, destroy it. Okay. Once per turn, if another Lightsworn monster you control activates its effect, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Next up, we got Lumina, the Twilightsworn Shaman. Dark Spellcaster effect, level 3, 1000, 1000. Once per turn, you can banish a Lightsworn monster from your hand or graveyard and target one of your banished Lightsworns, except herself. Special summon it. Oh, wow. They don't want you doing the Lumina and the Lumina and the Lumina thing. That is mean. Come on. That's like one of the best plays the original Lightsworn deck had. Oh, well. Once per turn, if another Lightsworn monster you control activates its effects, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. And then, yeah, like, I'll cover him here in a second. So, the new Lightsworn stuff seems to be really, really interesting. I like how they're trying to make it to where it works with the old Lightsworn deck. So, it's going to be very interesting to see how people try to, like, incorporate these new Lightsworns into the old Lightsworns. Very, very cool stuff. And also, of course, Chaos. So, yay! Black Luster Soldier and Dark and Chaos Emperor Dragon. And, of course, other Chaos cards. Then we got this new guy. He's the first card of this new archetype, which is the Star Grail. So this is Star Grail Swordsman Arum. I swear I've heard Arum, that name, somewhere before. He's a Fire Cybers type Link effect monster. 2000 attack, Link 2, bottom left, bottom right. And it's 2 Star Grail monsters. The second effect of this card's name can only be used once per turn. This card gains question mark attack for each Star Grail monster in your graveyard. You contribute one of your Star Grail monsters this card is linked to, then target one of your monsters in the graveyard other than that monster. Special summon that monster to your side of the field that this card links to. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, special summon a Star Grail monster from your hand. So, this new archetype seems interesting. I'm guessing it's going to be graveyard based since, well, he needs monsters in the graveyard to gain more attack power. And it's going to be very interesting to see how the rest of the archetype shapes up. I can't really say much for him right now because we just don't know anything about the Star Grails except for their presumably boss monster. So it's going to be interesting to see how that comes out. So guys, what do you guys think about all these new cards? I personally can't wait for the see more of what the Tricksters and the Gokis can do. It's going to be really interesting. I am also, of course, super hyped for the Cybers, the not archetype, but typing. And, of course, also Firewall Dragon. He looks so awesome. This is going to be, like, the main card I'm going to try and get when Coda the Duelist comes out. Because, seriously, this thing is beautiful and I love it. So, guys, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. See you all later. Have a great day and peace out. I feel like I said have a great day 2 times. But, oh well. See you all later.